Hello, welcome back. This is part 2. It's kind of part 3, but it's part 2 of the story of the Dunwich horror. Dunwich, you decide. So if you've not watched the earlier ones, please head back and have a look. We're going to fire straight in. We all know what we're doing now, although I'll probably do things a little bit wrong, but let's go for it. Scenario 2, the Miskatonic Museum. Several months ago, Armitage and his colleagues stopped a rampaging horror from tearing through Dunwich, a backwater town several hours north and west of Arkham. At first you imagine this beast as a rabid bear, or worse, but the professor's description of the creature paints a different picture. It all began when a man named Wilbur Whately entered the Orne Library looking for Aulus Wormius's Latin translation of a book called the Necronomicon. Wilbur already possessed a beaten-up English translation by Dr. John Dee, but it was insufficient for his purposes. Armitage turned the man away, fearing what use the strange man had for the book. Whately returned in secret, hoping to steal the book, but was attacked by a hound guarding the university. Armitage, Rice and Morgan later discovered Whately's body, a description of the foul corpse, semi-anthropomorphic and covered in fur, with a leathery hide and greenish-grey tentacles, causes you to question whether or not Whately was truly human. My colleagues and I were quick to put the ordeal behind us, Armitage says with a sigh. But it seems that things haven't fully resolved themselves. I'll tell you the rest later. For now, it's imperative that we get our hands on that copy of the Necronomicon. If my instincts are correct, the assailants you've encountered will be searching for it. After all that transpired, I don't feel safe keeping it at the library, so I brought it to my good friend Harold Walstead. He's the curator of the Miskatonic Museum. I thought it'd be safe in the museum's restricted hall, but now I'm not so sure. You must retrieve it at all costs. I fear terribly what they could do with the rights contained in its pages. So, I have done my setup, and here we are. We have our good selves. We're at the museum entrance. We have the museum entrance. We have the museum halls, administration office, security office, and then we have a deck of exhibit halls. I'm imagining, because they're linked to the museum halls, we go there and then we'll walk along them and reveal this. The restricted hall is in the bottom 3 of this deck of 6 or 7. We have put aside the cards it's asked us to. We've shuffled the encounter deck up. I've not done my mulligan and things yet, but I'll read the agenda and whatnot. So, agenda, restricted access. Dr. Armitage has given the university's Latin translation of the Necronomicon to his associate Harold Walstead, the curator of the Miskatonic University Museum. Worried that someone might still be after the book, you've gone to the museum to recover it. Forced. When Hunting Horror enters play, attach the set-aside copy of Shadow Spawn to it, or add 1 resource to Shadow Spawn if it's already attached. Don't know what that means, but I'm sure it'll become clear. Okay, Act 1A, Finding a Way Inside. Unfortunately, the entrance to the museum is kept locked at this late hour. A security guard is visible through the building's front windows, oblivious to his surroundings. Perhaps you can find a way to get his attention and convince him to let you in. So, looking at it, the museum entrance. The Miskatonic Museum is an opulent and stately building supported by expeditions funded by the university. Its sizable collection of exotic artifacts, curios and art has drawn visitors from all over the country. Okay, so it has a shroud value of 3 and it has 2 clues. Investigators at the museum entrance cannot gain resources. Okay. It's got a shroud of 3. we can resign from here. How important can this book really be anyway? So as we approach the museum, you draw your coat tighter around your body to keep the wintry air away. The full moon drapes the building in ominous, bright moonlight. So we have our 5 resources. There we are as ever. Here's our loyal hound Duke. We're about to draw our first. That's our weaknesses there. So we'll give these a quick shuffle. It's exciting, eh? So let's see what we got. Let's move Duke for a second. We have Lucky, I liked that. First aid, a leather coat, an emergency cache, and overpower. So I was thinking I've not spent my experience from last time, by the way. In terms of this, I think I am going to keep the emergency cache. I was going to ditch it, but because this says I'm not able to get any resources, it might be worth keeping. And I think I'm also going to maybe keep the leather coat as well, just for a bit of protection. And then I'll put overpower, first aid, and lucky back, even though overpower and lucky are very good. And we're going in with lone wolf, clarity of mind, and a test of will. So I shall take my weaknesses and these, shuffle them back into my deck. Yeah, it's not the best starting hand, but could definitely be worse. Having lone wolf is quite good, because it means when I start now I'm going to get an extra resource. Although it does say you can't gain resources, so lone wolf isn't going to gain it for me, is it? Well, it's not in play anyway, so it wouldn't. Okay, so I am there. Duke is there. Let's see what we're going to do. I think I am going to put my coat on, because it said I was pulling it tight. I need 2 clues to progress, and I need 5 doom to progress the agenda. I'm going to... I've put on my coat. That was free. I am going to investigate with Duke. He's got a 4. The shroud is 3. I don't actually have anything. Lucky might have been pretty important here. I'm wondering if this is going to be another one of those issues where I can't find things. Oh, auto pass. So auto pass, I get +2. So I find a clue. I also get to ready an item. So I'm going to go straight back in for a second sniff about with the good dog. And it's a 0, so there we go. Second clue gained. I'll instantly do that. And there we go. Boom. First turn. So there was a test of strength I could have done there at 5 to break the lock. But it's okay. So if we spent clues to advance, which is what we did, you find the window nearest the guard and tap it loud enough to get his attention. He gives a startled jump, then shifts open the window. "What do you want?" he asks timidly. You explain the situation and tell him he's in grave danger. He warily opens the front door to the museum, shaking his head. "I wasn't even supposed to be here today." Shades of Dante. So, choose an investigator to take control of the set-aside Adam Lynch asset. Reveal the museum halls and advance to Act 2A, Night at the Museum. Okay. Adam Lynch, we take control. So, here he is. He's an asset. Museum security. While you control Adam Lynch, treat the double action ability on the security office as if it were a single action. Forced, when Adam Lynch leaves play, remove him from the game and add one the tablet type token to the bag for the remainder of the campaign. Crikey, I don't know if that's good or bad. I think it's bad because in this one it's -2 and return one of your clues to the current location, so we don't really want him going. I think we want to have him tagging along all the way. Okay, so it said reveal the museum halls. So the museum halls is connected to each copy of Exhibit Hall. Oh yeah, so that's the deck there. Investigators in the museum halls spend one clue to put the top card of the exhibit deck into play unrevealed. Okay, so it's got Shroud of 2 and no clues. Right then. Interesting. So, night at the museum. The Necronomicon is being kept in a restricted hall somewhere in the museum. Adam barely knows his way around and gives a startled jump at every creak of the old building. I just started here last week, he explains. What sort of trouble did you say was going on? You haven't the heart to give him the full story. Objective: if an investigator enters the exhibit hall, restricted hall, advance it. So we need to find that. And we need a clue, it said. And as an action, we can reveal one of these. So there's no clue here. So we're going to have to go into these offices, I think. Yeah, but we're not even inside yet. It didn't say to move us in there. So, okay. That's that. So we ready our assets. So Duke gets put back. We can't gain resources because we're still in the entrance. But we can get a card. Perception. Oh, that's good. Two knowledge. So that'll be useful. Right then. There's no hero. There's no enemies. So we get a doom, and we draw from the deck. Treachery. Obscuring fog. Let's hold it a bit higher so you can see. Hopefully you can. Revelation. Attached to your location. Limit 1 per location. The attached location gains +2 shroud. Forced. After attached location is successfully investigated, discard it. Oof. So it's a 5. Thankfully that's come out after I've found the 2 clues, or else I'd be in trouble. So there we go. I can live with that. Goes to Mr. Pete, and we are going to move to here, and then I think we'll go to the security office since he has an ability there. So a plaque next to this doorway reads security. The door is ajar, and inside you catch the scent of blood. Ooh. Okay, so second move. Shroud of 3, 2 clues. So we can look at the revealed side of an exhibit hall in play, or the top card of the exhibit deck for an action. Somebody must have left the security office in a hurry. Okay. Blood stains the floor under the desk nearby. There are some maps of the museum in here as well. Right. So move, and I will investigate with Duke. Spend my perception for +2. So that puts him at 6. -1 is 5. Gets us a clue. Excellent. That's all 3. That tapped him. there's no enemies, so we go to our cleanup, our upkeep. We go like this. We get one of these, and we get a card. We have jury rig, so we can attach to an item. So I've been thinking about this, and things like, oh no, yeah, the leather coat is an item. So I suppose we could jury rig it so that we get +2 on skill values. So in combat, that'd give us an extra +2, which is quite good, I think. So we've got that. So we're into the mythos. Crypt chill. Oh dear. So revelation, test willpower. That's difficulty 4. If you fail, discard 1 asset you control. If you can't, you take 2 damage. Okay. So willpower. Yeah, I'll just take it, I think. I'm not going to commit. I was looking there. I could commit a test of will. I do like that because that can cancel treachery cards. That's on a willpower of 3. This is a 4. I have a 4 for my willpower. So I think I'm just going to go for it. Oh, insta fail. So I have to discard an asset I control. Do I want to discard my coat? I'll take some damage. My coat's worth 2, so it's neither here nor there, really, is it? I might as well just discard the coat, I suppose. Damn cold, broke my coat. Okay. So it comes to Pete. Yeah. 3 actions. Spend an action to look at the top card. So the top card. After you enter this location, lose all of your remaining actions and immediately end your turn. While you're in this location, you get +2. +2 to evade. A strange chill fills this hall, as if the climate of the Alaskan wilderness has travelled along with the artifacts on display. So that's there. So I think I still have to go back to turn it on. So that's 1 action. I may as well have another quick look with Duke. Would I? No. I'm going to just move to here. Then I can spend the clue, which gets that out. I don't think I need to go into it though, because it's got a Shroud of Want. There's no clues in there, so there's no point, I don't think. So that's I looked at the top, I moved, and I revealed. That's my 3. I get a resource, I get a card, Lone Wolf. Oh no, it's I'm out of here, not Lone Wolf. That's always useful because there's a resign in play. I can leap from a window. I have got Lone Wolf there as well, so that's 6 I'm up to. 8 is my maximum. So yeah, that's upkeep. Then we go to our doom. We're getting closer. Treachery slithering behind you. Revelation. If hunting horror is in play, add 1 doom to it. If hunting horror is not in play, search the encounter deck, discard pile, and the void for hunting horror, and spawn it at your location engaged with you. Don't like the sound of this hunting horror, so I'm going to use a test of will. Fast, play when an investigator at your location draws a non-weakness treachery card. That's this. Test willpower at 3. If I succeed, cancel it. So test it at 3. I've got a 4. I think I'm going to throw clarity of mind in as well for 5. -1 puts it to a 4. So that's good. I cancel it. I willed away that horror. Okay. That's that. Comes to us. Is there anything here? I haven't got any more clues. I think I need to go to this what's it office. But before that, I'm going to play I'm out of here just in case. Because I'm going into this building. If something big comes to fight me, I'm just running. I'd rather get through the story than die trying. And if that means, we all know discretion's a better part of valor. Administration office. A sturdy wooden door with a plaque next to it reads, Administration. In the hall outside the doorway, you see a row of paintings depicting the museum's many curators through the years, each adorned with their name and years of employment. Perhaps it's just your imagination, but they look more distressed in recent years. So, there we go. I've played one, I've moved. There are 2 clues. It's got a shroud of 2. You can't investigate administration office while you have 4 or fewer cards in your hand. The office is meticulously organised from the books in alphabetical order on the shelves to the stacks of form, organised by category on each desk. A coat is draped over one of the nearby chairs. Perhaps somebody other than the security guard is still in here at this late hour. So I do have... Oh, I only have 3. So I need 2 more cards in my hand. So I've moved. I've played, so I might as well draw then. Or, yeah, because if I draw, it'll mean that when I draw one in a minute, I'll have enough for next turn. So I'll draw perception. That's my 3 actions. There's no enemies. We go to upkeep. I'm up to 5. It's overpower. Okay. We're getting close. That's a 3, so I'll just stick that on there. Visions of futures past. Sounds like an X-Men comic. Revelation. Test willpower at 5. For each point you fail by, discard the top card of your deck. Are these visions of things to be or things that might be? Or could these horrors have already happened? So, test willpower 5. I'm not committing anything to it. Skull, -1. -3 if the hunting horrors at my location. It isn't. So I get a 3. It's 5, so the top 2 cards get discarded. We're losing. Racked by nightmares. How does that work if you pull a weakness when you're discarding? Pause. Okay, so an investigation of the rulebook and a cursory search on the internet says that it's discarded. So I got lucky. So 1, 2. Oh, my other leather coat. It'd have been great if that was another weakness. Okay, visions of futures past. Okay, back to the investigator. Next round, it's progressing. So I now have 4 or more cards, so I can investigate this site. Duke is going to have a sniff about. Oh, insta fail. I can't use my cheeky discard a card to ready an item. Because then I won't have enough left to do it. That's a real pain, so I'm going to have to investigate myself. So I'm going to... Oh, I could have used my... So I'm going to try myself and go with some perception. So on 4. A 0, so we get 1. The perception is spent. If it's successful, draw a card. We get the Holy Rosary. I think I'm gonna play Holy Rosary for 2. I didn't quite like that one, which puts me back down to 4, but I am gonna draw one now. So I get another one, and I get a card. Lucky, that's good. Okay, here it is though. Doom progresses to 5. From the shadows of the museum halls, a terrible creature slithers forth, long and serpentine, and propelled by black, leathery wings. If hunting horror is in play, add 1 Doom to it. If it's not in play, search the encounter deck, discard pile, and the void for hunting horror, and spawn it in the museum halls. If able, shuffle the encounter discard pile back into the encounter deck. Okay. Hunting horror, here he is. Big snake thing. Hunter Retaliate. It's a combat 2, health 3 monster. And at the start of the enemy phase, I have to reveal a random token, and I ready it, basically. When it leaves play, it goes to the void. Right, so this was in the museum halls that was spawned. Okay. Shadows deepen. The shadows in the museum grow and become darker. As the shadows lengthen and shift, they begin to suggest the sinewy body of an uncanny creature darting at the periphery of your awareness. Forced. When the hunting horror enters play, attach the set-aside copy of Shadow Spawn to it, or add 1 resource to the Shadow Spawned if it's already attached. Power. Shadow Spawned remains attached to hunting horror if it enters the void. Hunting horror gets +1 to fight, +1 to health, and +1 evade for each resource on it. If there are at least 3 resources on it, it also gains massive. And then we get to draw 1. Oh, it's the same again. Visions of futures past. Test willpower 5. For each point you fail by, discard the... Oh, I don't like this. It's asking me to discard again. Right, so... Oh, yeah. Duke should be back up to full. Well, I do have an extra willpower now. I get +1, so I'm now on willpower 5. So it's a straight 5 versus 5. I don't really want to spend anything off there because I won't be able to investigate. So 5v5. So skull, -1. So I lose by 1. We'll lose the test of will. Okay. I still don't know what happens when the deck's empty. Hopefully you can just reshuffle it back on, but I don't know. Right, so we go to the investigator phase. I'm gonna investigate here again. So it's Shroud 2, Duke's a 4. Let's go for it. -3. So is a 4, takes him down to a 1. It says, if I fail, discard an asset. I think I'm going to have to spend lucky. When I would fail a skill test, I get +2, which would put me up to 6. -3 is 3, which is still a pass. So, he's lucky. He's lucky. Right, so that's 1. Thing is now, I have to go into the place where that hunting horror is. It's got a fight of 2 and a health of 4, so I've done 1. I could send Duke to fight it, so I'm not going to be able to do anything else. I think I'm going to send the dog in. Well, just a quick disclaimer. I've just working through the editing here of this episode, and I have realised that I have been playing Duke's ability slightly wrong. So throughout this episode, bear with me, there are a couple of instances where I send him off to investigate. I didn't quite realise that when you send him to an adjacent square to investigate, you move with him. And I also had misremembered the rule and allowed him to attack on an adjacent square. I think that only happens once, but I'm not 100% sure. However, when we come to episode 4, I will certainly be playing it right. Thanks for sticking with us. To fight the beast. So I've done 1 action. I'm going to send Duke. He's got 4. I'm going to overpower Duke so that he's got 6. Get Duke to fight the hunting horror because he can fight on adjacent spaces. It's a 0, so Duke does 2 damage. So it's got 2 health left. And then I'm going to bin my emergency cash to ready Duke, and I'm going to send him again, and I'm going to spend Jury Rig, which will put him on 5. And he gets it. So that does 4, so that kills it. It stays attached though, and it just goes to the void. And the void is here basically. Right. There was a brief interval there as I had company and took the dog for a walk. So we're back. Now, as I remember, I'd just finished my action. I had investigated, and then Duke had twice attacked the hunting horror, defeating it. In the enemy phase, there's no enemies. I ready Duke. I receive a supply, and I draw a card. It's Dr. Henry Armitage. I've not been using the zoom function, have I? Don't even know if it really works. So there he is, Dr. Armitage. He's an ally that I can bring into the game. Yeah. Right then, so see what's going to happen next. Beyond the Veil. Oh, not again! I didn't realise this one was in this deck. No wonder it's asking me to discard things. Surge. Put Beyond the Veil at Revelation into play in your threat area. If there's no copy in your threat area, if my deck has no cards, take 10 damage. Oh. And Surge. Beyond the Veil. Put Beyond the Veil into play in your threat area. There is. Get it. Eat it. Oh, bugger. This is not ideal. There we go. That seems a bit better. It's looking a little bit glary down there. Sorry. Right. That's not ideal. I don't like this one. So I've really not got that many cards. Oh, crikey. Okay, less discarding, please. Okay, so goes to us. It's just gonna live there. So I remember. Oh, I hate that. Right, so I'll move here. I'll spend a clue. And put the top card of the exhibit deck into play, unrevealed. And then I'm gonna do the same again. Put another one there. Okay, I've got a plan. Oh, hello chicken. Right, so that's my 3 actions. Let's get a little doom. That's 3 doom. Let's not get 3 doom. This could be the big dog, the bro dog. Come and stay with me. Heard a vehicle outside. First though. Terror from beyond. Choose one of the following card types: asset, event, or skill. I must discard each card in his or her hand that has the chosen card type. This is not the first copy drawn this phase. Choose 2 instead. Oh, I think this is the dog. Right, I'm going to actually get this finished at some point. There's going to be this massive beast of a dog. He's going to come and start whining in a minute. Right, anyway. Terror from beyond. I am going to choose an event. Discard all events. Don't have any, so there we go. Get that. Right, bro dog, behave, bud. Come here. Do I say hello to people? No. It's massive. Right. That's that phase done. So it comes to, hey, behave. I'll see him. This could end in tears. Brophy. Bro dog. Oh, he's too shy. He's camera shy, aren't you, bud? Come on. Oh, he's bigger than the chicken. Look. Oh, he's wearing his jumper. He's got his Christmas jumper on. Look, it's like a horse, aren't you, buddy? Yeah. Anyway, nobody wants to see me and my dogs. Me and my dog friends. Right, so that's that done. Over to Pete. I'll go in there. Exhibit Hall, Hall of the Dead. Maybe I shouldn't have just gone in there. So it's got a Shroud of 3. 2 clues. Forced. After you fail a skill test while investigating this location, take a horror. I need no reminder of my immortality. I know my death is imminent. I can get to the red one, or I can get to an X. That one's a cross, and we can only get there. So, we're there. That's got 2 clues. So that's 1 move. It's Shroud of 3. I think I'm just going to go 2, 3. I'm going to go to the nature exhibit. It's got forced. After you enter the location, discard 2 cards from your hand. Nothing about this exhibit is natural. Oh, so I have 2 cards in my hand. This isn't going well. So it's got a Shroud of 4 and 1 clue on there. These are horrible places to be. This museum's pretty scary. So it's in one of those 3. That X, so they are actually linked, but this one's not linked to any. Okay, so I'll touch them together so I know I can move between them. It's quite good. Right then, so I get a resource. Oh, and there's victory conditions on these. I have to start thinking about that. If I get this thing, this one, that'll be nice. Right, I've got an overpower. At least I can have a fight. Okay, so Doom. Crypt Chill. Willpower test 4. If I fail, choose and discard an asset. If I can't, take 2 damage. Oh, it's cold. It's cold. I have got a willpower of 5 at the minute. It's a cowled figure. -1. So I pass because I'm a 5 currently. Nice. I don't want to run out of cards. This is starting to get scary again. So this has got a shroud of 4. That's only got a shroud of 3. So I'm going to have Duke go and investigate the Hall of the Dead. It's a 4. There's nothing I can do to help him. I only have overpower. It's an auto fail. So that's 1 activation. I'm going to have to go with myself. No, I'm going to discard that to ready him. Then I'm going to get him to do it again. He's better than me. -1, so he does it because he's a 4 -1. So I take a clue, and then Duke is exhausted, and then I will move here. Okay. Cursed Lock. Put Cursed Lock into play in your threat area. You get -1 skill value during skill tests. If I succeed a skill test by 1 or more, discard Cursed Lock. So, what about Duke? Hang on, I just pulled the wrong one. Scrapper is what I should have pulled. I'm a numpty, so I've drawn Scrapper. I thought that doesn't seem great. I'm going to go here. It's up to 4. Right, now -1 during skill test. So I will spend a clue to bring this into play. That's 1 action. Then I think I'm going to go 2 and look at the monitor for this one. The Medusa exhibit. So I know it's not that one, so it's 50-50 whether it's that one or the one at the bottom. That's what I was working for. Okay. And we get another one of those. Another card. Smoking pipe. And we get a Doom. That's 5 already. It seems to have gone fast. Twist of Fate. Reveal a random token from the Chaos bag. If it's the star or a positive number, nothing happens. Any other number take a damage, and if it's one of the other symbols, take 2 horror. Okay, so -1, so take 1 damage. I'm going to put a damage on my faithful hound, Duke. Thanks, Duke. Took 1 for the team. Right, so we're here. See, the security office. I could get that last clue and then move. Or I could just ditch it and go there. I think I'll try for the clue. -1, he gets it. Thank you, Duke. So I got that. And before I go, actually, I can do another action to reveal that. It's the restricted hall. It's the correct one. Excellent. So it has 2 clues and a shroud of 3. Okay. While hunting horror is at this location, it cannot be investigated. So what did my thing say? Once we enter the exhibit hall, we advance it. So these have all got victory of 1, and I've not cleared any of them of clues. I need a better way of getting clues. It's rubbish. So that's my 3 actions. I studied, got a clue. What did I? Oh yeah, I got a clue. I revealed that. Now I have another action. The only place I can go is to the hall. But that's where that thing appears. But I'm going there just in case. Right. Okay. I'm a bit concerned that I'm not going to be getting any victory again. First aid. Because I'm not getting the clues, but a shroud of 4. Oh, I'm -1 to my... Oh, I was -1 with cursed luck. I'll remember that now. But I passed a test. So that's gone. I'm saying it's gone. I don't remember if I applied the minus. I'm saying it's gone. Okay, that's number 6. Twist of Fate. Oh, same again. Reveal a random token from the bag. Oh, take 2 horror. Twist of Fate. So I'm going to put 1 horror on my loyal dog and 1 on my holy rosary. Okay. Should be ready. So I'm just going straight there. 1. Right, so I've moved in there. Reveal this. When you enter the restricted hall, you find the curator of the museum lying in a pool of blood, his intestines strewed about in grotesque display. Your stomach turns over and you resist the urge to vomit. Whatever did this is still nearby. Search the encounter deck, discard pile, the void, and all play areas for the hunting horror, and place it in the restricted hall, ready. That's where I am. And then advance to 3A. So it's gone in there. I'm assuming that means it just comes in to fight with me. Somewhere in this area is Olos Wormius's Latin translation of the Necronomicon. You must find it and escape while you can. Objective: if there are no clues remaining in the exhibit hall, advance. Okay, but I've got this clown in combat with me. I have to get these 2 clues. This is going to advance at the end of this turn. I've got no big fighty things out. I can't play anything because I'm in combat. So it has the retaliate keyword. That doesn't sound like fun. Each time an investigator fails a skill test while attacking, it performs an attack. I would like to have put Scrapper out, but I can't. Not without it making an attack of opportunity. So I am going to attack with Duke, my loyal hound, and I am going to commit Scrapper, making it an attack of 5. It has a fight of 3. -3, oh dear. -3, there's nothing I can do to boost that at this point. 5 -3 is 2, so it's a fail. And because I failed, I have to discard an asset I control. I'm going to get rid of... I'm out of here. Okay, and because I failed an attack, he's going to get to attack me. It's got a... Oh no, its combat's only 3, not 4. So 6 is 3. Sorry, I got a 3, so that is a pass. It's its health that's 4. Its combat is 2 standard up to 3. So I got 3, which equals it, so it takes 2 damage. So it's still got 2 left. Then I am going to get rid of my smoking pipe to ready Duke, and I'm just going to go for it again. This is a gamble because it's 4 versus 3, but what can I do? -1, 4 versus 3, that gets him, so that was an exhaust, but we do another 2, which kills it again and sends it back to the void. Thank you, Duke. You are an absolute legend. Hopefully you can see him. There he is. I'll give you another glance. Maybe you can see him. He's like a big snake. Okay, so that's me done. There's no enemies. That gets readied again. And I get another resource because I clearly need those. And I get a card. I'm lucky. I'll keep that. Right, then the Doom. So that progresses to 7. The creature does not relent, pursuing you throughout the museum. If Hunting Horror is in play, add 1 Doom to it. If Hunting Horror is not in play, spawn it in the museum halls. Okay, so well, at least it's got no Doom on it. It's down here. It's 1 step away from me though. Okay, in every shadow, the creature in the museum grows larger and more terrifying with each passing moment. Its body slithers from shadow to shadow, every corner of every room a potential hiding place for the hideous beast. When Hunting Horror enters play, attach the set-aside copy of Shadow Spawn to it, or add 1 resource to Shadow Spawn if it's already attached. So I think that is now, because it's come back. So that means it's up by another 1, I think, for each resource that's on it. So there wasn't a resource on it before, so it didn't get the +1. So now it's +1. Oh, that's a bit better. Don't think it would have changed anything really, because I was successful in everything anyway. Okay. So that's that. That's progressed. That fog's outside. horrors there. Okay, pushed into the beyond. Choose and shuffle a non-story asset you control into your deck and discard the top 3 cards of your deck. If a copy of that asset is discarded, take 2 horror. Oh, this one again. Right, I don't want to get rid of him because a bad thing goes into the deck. So I'm going to have to get rid of my Holy Rosary. Shuffle it into my deck. I've not got many cards left. And then I discard the top 3 cards. Oof. Oh, and it's there. Holy Rosary. Scavenging. And scavenging. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11 cards left before basically auto kill. Right, so that's gone. So I take 2 horror as well. So 1 on Duke, and I have to put 1 on me. I'll put it there. Right. I don't have to run yet. So I've got first aid and lucky. So Duke, find the clue, please. Please find the clue. It's a shroud of 3. I've only got a 4. Oh no, -3. I have to discard an asset that I control. I'm a 4. -3 is 1. Lucky puts it up to 3. I get a clue. Right. Then I'll discard first aid to ready Duke. Here it comes. If I get this, I think I might have progressed. But it's 4 versus 3. I've no cards in my hand. It's a skull. -1. -3 if the horror's at your location. It's not, so I do it. Duke, you good dog. You good dog. Exhibit Hall. Boom. Right. So that's 2, but if there are no clues, advance. At last you find the locked case containing the Necronomicon. The tome, over 800 pages in length, is filled with all manner of macabre imagery, formulas, spells, prophecies, and descriptions of creatures from beyond the threshold of space. Without a doubt, it is a dangerous book, but its secrets could be very useful. The investigators must decide, choose one. It's too dangerous to keep around, we have to destroy it. It's too valuable to destroy, we have to keep it safe. So, ridiculously, that's the only victory I've got again. This is the end now. So we've cleared the exhibit hall. We've survived though. I was concerned. So if I destroy it, I have to read 1 passage, and if I don't destroy it, keep it safe. This decision is going to have an impact, and from the pattern I've been experiencing here, it's going to involve someone going in this chaos bag. I'm glad I kept him, because I didn't have to discard him, so that's good. That would have been another thing in the bag. I'm actually gonna I think we just burn it. If it was a mystic, I might keep it. But I'm gonna just bin it. R1. I'm sure people if it was supposed to be destroyed, somebody had destroyed it, would have destroyed it a long time ago. So this is likely folly. But let's see. So R1. As long as this translation of the Necronomicon exists, there will be sorcerers and other foul agents like Whately seeking it out. In the end, you know what must be done to protect humanity from the threats you've seen. You find a trash bin and fill it with books and documents, throwing the Necronomicon on top. It takes several matches to set the contents of the bin alight. The flames fill the room with heat and creeping shadows retreat from its light. You watch the book burn for some time. Its pages turn into ash. You can only hope you've made the right decision. In your campaign log, record that the investigators destroyed the Necronomicon. Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory value of each card in the victory display. So, I'm not going to read the other ones. So I get 1 experience. Let's take a minute 2 though, and I have to write those in. So that's good. Nobody died. I managed to get through it again. If this is going to come out, this is the Beyond the Veil in every mission. I'm going to have to be really careful. But there you go, we've done it. We've survived, just. I'm a bit cowardly. I still need to be able to search a little bit better. Thank goodness for Duke. But that's us. The next scenario is the Essex County Express. So that's the next one. So we'll see how we get on and come back. I may even do a standalone mission next to try and get some XP so I can buy something. I've got 2 now though, so I might have a look and see if I can get something to help me with these clues, because I'm struggling. But I don't know what to ditch, because everything's important to me. Yeah, thank you very much for watching, and join us next time.